Testing, testing, testing. Game 3 against App State here at home. Springsburg Stadium, Conway, South Carolina. Will looking for the sweep. 3-game Sun Belt sweep.
So we sound fine. The only suggestion I have is we try to kind of clear out like this area for the laptop because it's picking up a lot of the outside right now.
Okay. Well, why is the laptop picking up anything? Welcome into WCCU Radio, Coastal Carolina's student-run radio station's presentation of Game 3 of a Sun Belt Conference series between our Coastal Carolina Chanticleers and the App State Mountaineers. Yesterday ended in a... dang it. I had it up.
You had it up and lost the score in your head?
You know what happened? I looked for J.J. Watt, apparently.
Oh, interesting.
On Twitter. But... Riley Eckhoff's on the mound.
Yesterday's game was a 6-2 Coastal win, by the way. Sorry, I'll help Ricky out.
I wanted to say 6-4.
I wanted to watch him struggle for a while longer.
Yeah. Okay. Riley Eckhoff on the bump. This Coastal Carolina pitching staff is 7th in the nation by ERA. Can you tell me a little bit about Riley Eckhoff?
Riley, he's been here at Coastal for a couple of seasons now. He, last year, was mainly a bullpen guy. Really didn't come off the bump for much starting. Maybe would get a midweek start here and there. This year, he's been very efficient as a starter, as best as you could expect out of a guy who's not typically a starter. 3.23 ERA this year, 1.1 whip, which I know Rick loves to see. Ricky and I are big whip guys here. Leadoff batter's hitting .259 against him, so not too great against the leadoff hitter, but tends to do well afterwards. 5-2 on 55 2/3 inning pitched this year. 42 strikeouts, just 7 walks for the starter, so a great K to walk ratio. I think we have a good pitching matchup in general here today. Cal Clark for App State, not a great ERA, 5.60 sitting up there, but if you look at his stats down here, he's not letting up too many long balls. His walks are kind of similar to his K ratio. Also doesn't seem to have a lot of starts on the year, only 17 2/3 innings, so interesting to see. Kind of seems like App State's going with a Johnny Holstaff type of day.
Yeah, and App State did something similar yesterday, going 3 1/3 was their opener, Liam Best, pumping 96.
Yeah, came out firing. I thought Fluky was the only guy going to be pumping 95+ yesterday.
Yeah. Coastal Carolina is ranked 19th nationally. Riley Eckhoff toes the rubber. For the first pitch of this game, he winds and delivers. Misses outside with the fastball at 91 miles an hour. First pitch at 106, 76 degrees here in Conway, South Carolina, Springbrook Stadium. And Joseph Zamora, the switch hitting second baseman, leads it off. This one fouled off against a netting by the Coastal dugout.
Fun fact, Joseph Zamora, the only person I've ever known to also have the last name Zamora other than this one kid I know back home. I saw him playing on Friday and was like, really? It's the first time I've ever heard that name outside of that one guy I know.
I know I've heard the name in some sport video game, but I just can't think of him. This is chopped up the middle. Shortstop Dooley moving to his left. Throws on the first in time. Out number 1.
That one came out a little high for Dooley, almost not really out of the reach of Thorndike, but got a little higher than Dooley would have preferred. No issue there, ranging to his left. Easy play across the infield.
The now 36-11 Coastal Carolina Chanticleers come into this ball game on a 6-game win streak and looking for the sweep today. First pitch to Miller, misses inside with the fastball.
Miller this series has only reached via the walk. Not many walks for him considering other series where he has 45 hits all year.
Hitting .324. This one misses outside.
Looks like Eckhoff struggling a little bit here early against Miller. Fastball ran inside of him. Slider ran away.
Definitely one of the most imposing batters on this Mountaineers team. This one's chopped on the ground to Thorndike. He handles it. Will step on first himself for out number 2.
Great play there by Thorndike. A 2-hop chopper right at him. Smoked for sure off the bat of Miller. Nothing hard, though, there. About chest-high bounce on the second hop.
Good job there to stay with that one. Could have easily eaten him up. Brings up, I know you said you think he's the best player on this App State team. Tyler Lichtenberger, the shortstop.
Tyler Lichtenberger batting .355 to this point this season with 60 base hits.
And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
Not a lot of pop out of this 3-hole hitter. Only 14 extra base hits on the season. Only 2 home runs. But he gets on base.
He gets on base, the 0-1. So lasered foul, left field side. And quickly ahead of the 3-hole hitter is Eichhoff. 0-2, 2 outs. Takes a breath, turns and delivers. Swing and a miss. Tipped into the glove of Bodine for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Mountaineers. We'll see the Coastal Bats after this. This is WCCU Radio, Coastal Carolina's student-run radio station. Welcome back. Switch hitting Caden Bodine gets the leadoff nod today for the Chants, facing right-handed starter Cal Clark. Comes into this one with a 5.6 ERA. Jackson, you have anything on him?
Not many innings to work off of him this year. Only 17 1/3 so far for Cal.
This one misses low. Ball 1.
From the eye test, just kind of looks like your prototypical right-handed reliever, only coming out of the stretch. Going to be a lot of fastball, change-up working down and in, I'd assume.
The 1-0. Chopped foul past the first base bag. App State wearing their yellow jerseys, black and yellow caps, and then the gray pinstripe pants. And the starter Clark has his pants all the way up to his knees wearing stirrups. The second guy on this team I've seen. I love the stirrups, man. This one hits Bodine. Breaking ball off the elbow will put the leadoff hitter on.
Bodine batting .500 for the series. Keeps it that way with a non-plate appearance there.
OBP goes up.
Indeed.
Speaking of OBP up, Blake Barthol, his .398 is pretty solid. There's a lot of guys with elevated on-base percentages on this team, and that one will be actually reviewed.
Okay.
A challenge on the third pitch of the game to see if it actually hit Bodine.
And they're reviewing this now, as yesterday App State did the exact same thing. We got denied a review of it when the kid blatantly stuck his knee out over the plate. I don't know. I couldn't really see from up here. Honestly, I didn't even realize it hit him. I thought it ticked the glove. But
I mean, the way he reacted told me it hit him.
He was
but
pretty confident.
I really don't know. stupid game. This isn't a stupid game. Has some Sunbelt implications. And speaking of Sunbelt implications, Troy lost to South Alabama.
Yes, they did. We were rooting for that Southern Miss loss yesterday, but Arkansas State really couldn't hold them off. But Coastal looking good in the Sunbelt standings so far, have a 2-game lead over Southern Miss. We control our own destiny to this point. Just got to keep winning, man.
Caden Bodine did indeed get hit by that pitch, and that brings up the left-handed hitting second baseman.
Blake Barthol, 3 for 7 this series, scored 3 times in the run rule on Friday night.
A lot of those. Seems like the last couple series, at home at least. Some home warriors, the Chants from the stretch. And off speed will get in there for strike one.
Very nice spot there to start out on Barthol. A fastball hitter for sure, not looking for the changeup 0-0.
The home Warriors, 19-3 on the season here in Conway. This one's lasered into right field on the ground. Caden Bodine's going to round second, head for third. The throw comes into second. First and third with no outs here in the bottom of the first.
Something that always impresses me about Bodine is the speed from the catcher position. Going first to third on a base hit to right field on a not great lead from first base.
And that was hit hard, too.
And it wasn't even contested. There was no need for a throw. Very nice base running by Bodine, and, of course, a great piece of hitting by Barthol.
Brings up the third baseman, Walker Mitchell. South Carolina native, a local. Went to, I don't remember the high school, but Grants High School.
He did. He did go to Grants High School. I've heard about that.
That misses outside.
Walker kind of similar to Lichtenberg in the fact that not a big, powerful three-hole hitter, bats for average, gets on base. He has almost 40 hits on the season and is batting .295, as well as playing a very solid third base.
Very solid. This one's in the dirt. Corralled by the catcher, Tommy Walker, getting his second start of the series.
Can't be upset out of 11 stolen bases from your three-hole hitter as well.
Absolutely not. I believe that's second on the team.
Mitchell for the series has 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Both came 1 for 1 in each game.
And now the 2-0 to Mitchell. Takes fastball. Strike one.
I don't hate that take. It's an inside fastball, a rollover pitch for sure. Nothing you need to swing at with first and third, 2-0, no outs.
Would like to see Barthol on the move here, one of these next couple pitches, the 2-1. Lasered into left field. Will not move the runner to third, but the runner, Bodine, will come in to score an early lead with no outs in this first inning.
Great piece of hitting there by Walker. Got another fastball inside just like the last one and went down and got it and drove it in that 5-6 hole gap into left field.
And to your point, the value of the base run and getting to third, Bodine doesn't score from second on that ball.
Absolutely not. Then we have bases loaded, no outs with Alexander up, which of course we love Alexander,
right,
but that's a more tricky situation to deal with.
Hitting a little bit less than Mitchell, but tied for the team lead with 8 home runs. He has 40 RBI. He squares to bunt, and it trickles foul.
Seen a lot of those squares this weekend from Schnall in a lot of different situations, specifically with Walker Mitchell previously.
Yeah, the 3 and 4 hole.
Which I don't hate both of our 3 and 4 hole, not crazy power guys. Alexander, of course, a lot more than Mitchell. But a lot of their focus is speed. Alexander with 18 stolen bases.
The 0-1 now to Alexander. Squares again, pulls it back, taken for a ball.
I see that a lot in today's game, at least, putting your power at the front and your speed in the middle, and it seems to work out for a lot of teams.
Yeah, I do like the lineup construction. Schnall doesn't, he'll throw out the same personnel, but he will mess with the lineup from time to time. The 1-1. Another square. This one's in fair play. Cal Clark does not have a play at first.
An infield single there for Alexander, a perfect bunt, and as I said, with 18 steals, his speed burning up the line ends up being an infield single and the third base hit of the inning for the Chants.
Bringing up Ty Dooley the team leader in OPS.
Dooley struggling in this series so far. 1 for 8, batted leadoff the first 2 games of the series. Schnall dropping him back a few spots, not as a punishment, but honestly just to get a little more spark back to the front of the lineup. And Dooley, of course, always a solid hitter, still hitting over 300 for the year. He's not going to leave the lineup, but no. Schnall's not afraid to move you around if you're not contributing that day.
Ride the hot hand. Dooley, 2 strikeouts yesterday, grounded it out to the pitcher and to short.
But Dooley, playing a great shortstop position for the series, has made a bunch of incredible plays.
He has. And Coastal, man, as long as I've been here, we have played defense.
They will always play defense. Pitching could be shaky from time to time, not this season.
No.
But defense has always been solid, especially our third baseman. We've had Antonacci over there. This year, we've got Walker. Walker Mitchell has been great as a third baseman, in my opinion. Perfect replacement.
I agree. Perfect replacement. The only thing that's different is he doesn't get on base as much as the third-round draft pick, Sam Antonacci, who's killing it right now in the White Sox minor league system. 32 RBI out of Dooley. He takes strike 1.
Dooley with 40 hits on the season, batting .313 even after only going 1 for 8 in the series. Shows you how hot he's been for the majority of this long season.
A lot of speed on base. This one's drilled to deep center field. Figueroa is going to catch it. All the runners are going to tag up. Sebastian Alexander might get caught at first, but no throw. The run does come in to score. It's 2-0 Chance.
Yeah, that was an interesting move there by Coastal's base coaches, sending all runners. I expected the guys on third and second to go. Sebastian with a fake there just to see where the throw was going. Probably was only going to advance to second on a throw home. Mm-hmm. But either way, there's the second run of the game on an RBI sac fly from Ty Dooley.
You have to assume that first base coach and Alexander thought the throw was going to go to third, but when it came in the second, almost caught Alexander off guard. Alexander is the runner on first. Mitchell's the runner on third. 1 out now. Squaring to bunt and running is Alexander. Takes it for a ball. And the stolen base is uncontested.
There's Alexander's 19th stolen base of the season, looking for number 20. He can either get that today or this coming Tuesday, where me and Ricky will be right back here calling against number 6 ranked Clemson, I believe, right now. Is that what they're up to?
Let's see. It doesn't say on Go CCU Sports. This one's taken inside, almost hits Tazi for ball 2.
2 runners in scoring position now for Tazi. He's been a great RBI man for the Chants this year. 33 RBIs.
3. Clemson's ranked 3rd.
Ooh, they were 6 last week.
Already beat them once this season.
Looking for the season sweep.
The 2-0 misses outside. Open base at first. Wouldn't be surprised to work around the true freshman Tazi.
But dangerous to bring Pato up to the plate, as he had a grand slam in game 1 and a grand slam the previous weekend against JMU.
That's a lot of grand slams.
It's a lot of RBIs.
The 3-0. Taken for a strike in the middle of the zone.
Gotta assume he had take sign all the way there.
Love Tazi. I'm not giving him that green light.
I don't know who I'm giving that green light other than Bodine, probably.
On this Coastal team, probably no one. 3-1 taken low for ball 4. Catcher Walker wanted the call, but that will bring up Lagan Pato, the right fielder. His grand slam left Springsbrook Stadium entirely, cleared the city of Conway Boardwalk.
City of Broadway.
Like that street in New York.
Pato out of Haymarket, Virginia, only about an hour and a half from where I'm from. Just outside of where JMU's located.
This one's taken. Off speed, middle of the zone. Strike 1.
Pato, as I mentioned earlier, had that grand slam in game 1. Only 2 for 6 for the series. But when he does get a hit, it's been very productive for the Chants.
The 0-1. lasered back at the pitcher, Clark. He'll field, throw back to home in time to get the runner, Mitchell. Force out at home for out number 2. Props for Cal Clark sticking with that ball.
Just unfortunate, and the perfect kick for Clark hit him on the rear and then landed directly behind him. Didn't really have to go off the mound or anything. It almost dropped out of him like it was an egg that he hatched. It just landed on the mound and was able to fire home and cut down the runner Mitchell by about 2 or 3 steps.
Speaking of hatching eggs, Jackson, tell us about your morning.
Oh, my Lord. So here at WCCU Radio, we have a golf cart that we sometimes use to get to locations like this, and I had planned on doing that this morning because it was a little early. I had gotten here before I really needed to, but I had time to do stuff. So I went to grab our golf cart, and a bird pops out, and I was like, oh, that's weird, but sometimes critters get in there, you know, it's nothing bad. And then I look in, there's an entire nest with about 5 to 6 eggs in it. So I'm like, I can't mess with nature. Long story short, we don't have the golf cart right now. We walked here. It's not that far, but we are housing baby birds here at WCCU Radio. I think I'm a father.
Yeah, Jackson is fostering them. He has become these birds' father.
Well, if I move the cart, I feel like the mother would abandon them, so I feel like I can't.
I've abandoned my child.
Yeah, I can't have that happen as Thorndike comes up with bases loaded.
Big situation to get a couple more runs here for the Beach Birds. Taken in the dirt, Walker corrals it. No one able to move up. Ball 1.
Ball 1. Coastal trying to bat around here in the first inning. Already up to the 8-hole hitter in Thorndike.
Just his first home run as a shunt 2 weeks ago. Takes that one high for ball 2.
Shocking for his size, a big first baseman over there. Still hitting .286 for the season, so no slouch at the first base position.
OPS of 764 as he drills this one chopped on the ground. Cameron Miller tosses to the pitcher Clark in time to get him at first, but not before 2 runs score for the Chanticleers. Little bit of wiggle room now for Riley Eichhoff. You'll be on the bump after this. This is WCCU Radio, Coastal Carolina's student-run radio station. Welcome back to the Bird Father Show.
I am not a bird dad.
Brings up right-handed hitting DH Juan Correa as it's chopped. Dooley moving to his left field, throws on the first out. Number 1, very efficient start to this game. Just 10 pitches through 1 1/3.
That's one thing for Eichhoff. He likes to pitch to contact, and App State does not like to wait around in counts. They attack early, and that plays exactly how Eichhoff wants it.
Eichhoff's 3.16 ERA now after the scoreless first. Very, very solid for this Coastal team, anchored by new pitching coach Matt Williams. He's led this team to a 7th nationally ERA. That first pitch was a strike to Jonathan Zareb as this one gets a piece of Bodine behind the plate. A little shaken up.
Not sure where that caught him. I think it might have got him on the leg, the way he's kind of kneeling down right now. Definitely didn't feel good. Going to sting tomorrow. Getting into Zareb here, I have him as the player of the series for App State. He's 3 for 7 for the series, which is pretty good considering for App State for almost the entire series. Not many hits to go around for the team. In Game 1, they were only able to muster up 5. In Game 2, they were also only able to muster up 5.
And in the mustard yellow jerseys, the 0-2 to Zareb. Spinner. Mitchell cannot get to this one. It'll be a one-out single for Jonathan Zareb.
That'll push the sophomore up to 500 for the series.
His 4th hit? Is that what you said he was 3 for?
3 for 7 before that, now 4 for 8. So if no one else on App State's happy today, at least Zareb's having a good series for himself.
Not just the player of the series, the name of the series, in my opinion, spelled
I don't know.
X-U-E-R-E-B.
Tyler Lichtenberger, my apologies, has got me pretty held down for name of the series.
Me when I go to Five Guys. Lick the burger. This one's chopped. Mitchell has to take a step back to throw to second. Sails into right field. The runner will advance to third. That will be an E5. And now runners at first and third with 1 out.
Just as I was talking about Mitchell playing a solid third base for us this year, he makes a rare mistake for himself. Tough play to make there, honestly. If I was him, I would have watched at second and just gone to first with it because I feel like that's a bang-bang play at 2 either way. Unfortunately, Karams over the shorter Barthol at second. That's another factor of it. Not a large target over there at second can easily sail a guy like that.
And knowing with how high that was chopped, he really had to rush his throw to second. And that will bring up Riley Luft and his 19 RBI on the season, looking to bump that number up here. The first pitch fouled back.
Riley only 1 for 7 this series. Only 2 strikeouts, so putting the ball in play, not a lot of production out of the left fielder for the Mountaineers.
Something in play here would be all they need, unless it's
tailor-made.
Like the golf clubs.
That we can't hit.
No. Well, we're going to try tomorrow, but it's not going to work. The 0-1 taken for strike 2 at 92 miles an hour. That's right about the upper echelon of how hard Riley Eichhoff is going to throw.
I've only seen him hit 93 or 94 a couple of times. How is it always when we're in here there's a wasp?
I don't know. Let's hope what happened the last time doesn't happen now. Chopped. Tailor-made. 4, 6, 3. In time to get him. Eichhoff works out of the runners on first and third jam. The error by Walker Mitchell does not come back to bite him. Shant's back up to bat after this. WCC Radio, Coastal Carolina's student-run radio station. Wells Sykes, the center fielder today, stepping in, the 9-hitter. Sykes flipping the lineup over to Bodine and Barthol this inning. First pitch from Clark is a strike at 88 miles an hour down the middle.
Sykes getting the start in center field for the series. Not a lot of news out about Mijos. Mijos, however, I did hear last weekend was dealing with back spasms.
This one's drilled to left center field. Figueroa is on the move, but gives way to Riley Luff to make the catch. Out number 1.
As I was saying, Mijos, dealing with back spasms last weekend at JMU, was scratched from the rest of the games in that series. So this weekend could be dealing with more of the same, just speculation here, no confirmed word or anything like that. But if that's the case, could be a late season sit just to make sure he's feeling all right for postseason play, as he's been one of the more productive hitters in this Coastal lineup.
And speaking of productive hitters in the Coastal lineup, Caden Bodine will chop this one directly to the third baseman Zareb, who throws on the first. A stretch by Miller stays on the bag for out number 2.
Great play there by Miller to hold, just barely used all of his frame to get to that ball.
Rather large frame at that.
Rather large frame. But that's Bodine's just first at-bat of the game as he walked in his first AB, so just 0 for 1 so far for Bodine in the second inning.
That brings up Blake Barthol. 8 home runs on the season. Also tied for the team lead as he takes strike 1.
Barthol also 39 runs scored coming into today. Very productive at the top of this lineup.
43 hits to 25 walks. On base a lot, this kid. That one missed. Ball 1.
Interesting fact here, his 2-out batting average, .339.
2-out batting average allowed by Cal Clark, just .105 though, so.
Battle of the
unmovable object versus unstoppable force.
Yeah. Clark's ERA up above 6 now after giving up 2 in the first.
Just 19 innings of work, 9 strikeouts, 11 walks. Not the ratio you'd like to see. The 2-1 misses high with the fastball.
Coastal this year, a lot different batting approach than we've seen in previous seasons. We've been focused a lot on the power hitters in the past, like the Derek Benders, the Graham Browns, the Nick Luckies of the world that came to Coastal. As this next pitch is taken high for ball 4. This year's team, a little bit different of a style. Bodine, really your only real power guy that you would think of. A lot of pop in the lineup still, of course, but a lot of base-to-base baseball, not a lot of power hitting, but a lot of good approaches and working lineups deep, like getting that walk there for Barthol with 2 outs.
Yeah, and even Bodine, who last year did show a lot of power potential, he's only 4th on the team in slugging percentage among qualified hitters.
Which I think bodes well for postseason play, because once you're facing better pitching, you need to have a better mindset.
Mm-hmm. Man, I love Bodine's mindset at the plate, his plate discipline. First pitch misses to now Walker Mitchell.
Speaking of plate discipline, Walker Mitchell, one of those guys who possesses that as well, has 24 walks on the season himself.
That's a lot of walks. Getting his steps in. Barthol taking a minimal lead off of first, the 1-0. Taken for strike 1.
Getting a little bit cloudy here in Conway. Looks like there will be sun behind us eventually, but
did rain for most of the night, starting about midnight. 1-1. Taken for strike 2.
Great spot there by Clark.
Clark really needed to get ahead of this hitter, and he does just that.
Doesn't want to deal with the speed of Mitchell and Barthol with Alexander due up. Power and speed combined there.
Barthol's on the move. The 1-2 chopped on the ground past third base bag, foul.
I think if Mitchell lets that pitch go, it's a ball. And I think Barthol's safe. Had an incredible jump there. on Clark.
Stole that one completely on Clark.
Unfortunately, doesn't get the 12th stolen base of the not 12th stolen base of the year. Sorry, I was looking at Mitchell's stats.
And I wouldn't mind seeing him go on the move again here.
Little conversation now between pitcher and catcher at the mound with the runner moving on the last pitch. Could possibly see a throw over just one time to make him honest. I feel like I sound like a golf announcer today.
Clark,
Clark.
first tee.
Now
His
on the
7
first
iron.
tee, Augusta National, Walker
First
Mitchell,
tee at Heckler.
also known as Hole 10.
The dumbest golf course. Hole 10 is a 170-yard,
160.
160-yard par 3 over water. I've lost a ball, I think, every single time I've played the hole. The 1-2. Taken high for ball 2.
I've hit the green once on that hole. I think God smiled upon me that day.
I did sail the green once.
I've done that as well, yes. I think one time I got mad and took hybrid.
Mm-hmm. Can't do that. 2-2 taken, same spot. Called strike 3 after a second. Wow. The Coastal faithful not happy with that one. He took about a half second on the same exact pitch he called a ball previously. Kevin Schnall comes out giving him a piece of his mind.
We've been seeing that a lot this series. Schnall not happy with the umpiring crew from the get-go, honestly.
Irrelevant, but the home plate umpire is Vic Carell. We'll be back after this. This is WCC Radio, Coastal Carolina student-run radio station. Welcome back to inning number 3. Top half Riley Eichhoff. Blake Barthol had a discussion with the App State dugout.
I like to see that. Get a little fire in the dugout, boys.
It looked calm.
Oh, dang. That's unfortunate.
First pitch taken in the same spot as the last one, called a ball.
Eichhoff just smiling at the umpire. Had nothing else to say but a grin that everybody understood. What joke were you trying
No,
to
I
make?
was worried if I said the word.
No.
Okay. Out. And facetious applause.
For the strike call on the
Yeah.
next pitch, Coastal fans letting the umpire know they are unhappy.
I'm a little unhappy, too, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball high.
Batting
Strike
for
two.
App, Tommy Walker. He'll be doing the catching today.
One
Did-
of 3 catchers used this
Yeah,
series by
did
the
not
Mountaineers.
catch in game 1 for App State, but did get the start yesterday and went 1 for 4, which was better than the 2 combined starters for App the first game, who combined for an 0 for 4 day.
That one was a fastball missed low. Eichhoff just gives the home plate umpire Carell a little nod. And now the 2-2 delivery. Turns, fires, misses away. Ball 3.
Little game of cat and mouse between Eichhoff and the umpire.
And
Rare to
Vic.
see that. Yeah, rare to see that. It's usually between the pitcher and the batter. I'm not sure the batter knows where the zone is. He's just hoping.
The 3-2 fouled off. We'll see it again.
Walker actually receiving not a lot of opportunities this year, batting .250 with only 2 hits.
Pretty sure he had a hit yesterday as he swings and a miss. Strike 3 on the fastball away.
Eichhoff
Out number 1.
probably thinking you can't mess that one up, Vic, so I'll throw it past him. Now we get to the 9-hole. Dylan Moquin, one of my favorite names just because of how it's spelled. I usually hate when they spell Dylan in a weird way.
Yeah.
But I think with Moquin it works.
It does. I like this name, and I mentioned to you I only think about former Cleveland baseball team outfielder Tyler Naquin,
Ah, yes, you did mention that.
who is transitioning to a pitcher along with Joey Gallo.
I did know about that. Moquin did not play in game 1.
This one's chopped. Bodine throws on to first in time to get him. Looked like it bounced right off the plate in front of him.
You were actually looking down. It was a bunt attempt. Just didn't get out far enough. Bodine, a great jump from behind the plate. Ball kind of skipped up to his chest almost. He was out there.
That's why I thought it was a swing.
He was almost out there before the ball even hit the bat. He was very aware of what was happening there.
Brings up the leadoff hitter, Joseph Zamora, the second baseman, switch hitter. We have yet to see him swing from the right side of the plate this series. Fouls off, strike 1.
Zamora had a 6-3 ground out in the first in a 1-2-3 first inning for App State.
Why is everyone leaving? Is it
Unsure.
raining? Oh, it just started raining here in Conway. That was chopped to short. Dooley on the first in time. Out number 3 as the Coastal Faithfuls leaving the newly reigning
They're all going to go to
concourse.
They're all going to go to the concourse balcony and watch from afar. I can't say I blame them. I do the same thing.
A lot of rain here.
Yes,
Like,
might be
just-
a delay possibly, but doesn't look like it for now. We'll go to commercial. Thanks for joining us on WCCU Radio. We may be back. If not, we'll let you know.
Yeah. We have a tarp. We have
delay.
Mountaineers walking off of the field. We have a delay.
Unsure of how long. Ricky checked the weather on his phone. Looks like we've got a 30-minute rain patch coming in, probably coming up from Atlanta and areas like that from last night.
Yeah.
A lot of games got canceled in Major League Ball last night
Yeah,
or
Atlanta
delayed
was-
to very late. Atlanta Braves against the Dodgers last night was supposed to start 7:15, ended up getting pushed to 10:15. Not something we foresee here. Getting the tarps out. We'll probably be back in 30 to 45 minutes, I'd say. 2-0 lead for Coastal here, bottom of the third now, as we went 1-2-3 to end that inning. Well, App went 1-2-3 to end that inning. Didn't really foresee rain hitting us during the game today. I knew there was going to be some later this afternoon.
This was not in the forecast.
Yeah, I
I
think
checked
that-
it twice this morning.
Pretty sure this is one of those South Carolina random spot storms that we tend to get a lot down here.
Yeah,
So,
and this is a lot of rain.
yeah, going to be pretty damp, pretty fast. I actually see all the players now getting the full field tarp.
This is going to take a while.
So, going to be interesting for us to watch this. We're going to have a good time.
We're
watching
going to go
them
get
struggle.
some hot dogs.
That's not a horrible idea.
I'm hungry.
I'm not, because I made him pick up my Dunkin' before this.
Oh, they're wheeling my hot dogs away.
Oh no! We'll be back. You guys don't need to hear this. We'll be back after the delay. Coastal leads 2-0 in the bottom of the third.
Lovin's what we got.
Bet you
and
didn't expect to see us back.
No, and we're not.
We're not
There's
really.
still a rain delay. It's not looking like it's easing up anytime soon. It says 21 minutes, which means it's going to be at least 40 before this game can start. There's a lot of water on the field, and it's a mostly turf field.
But the good thing is they've tarped it, so it's not bad where it matters.
Right.
It's just real wet near the dugouts right now. So they're probably going to want to take a little time to sweep some of that sitting water into the drainage system just to make the whole field of play pretty safe. Give the field a little time to dry.
The only problem, there is a 25% chance of thunderstorms at 4 o'clock.
So, yeah, not sure how this is going to go down. If I had to guess, if we're going to start, we're probably going to start back around 3:15, 3:30. We're still in the third, and that's about what we've got for the update here. Shants are up 2-0.
0 runs, 1 hit, no errors to 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Most likely, anyway, the end of Riley Eichhoff's day.
Possibly,
Which
yeah.
is
Unfortunate.
terrifyingly disappointing.
Yeah. Could be a...
Heading into what we need the bullpen for, the Clemson game on Tuesday.
Right.
Right here at the Palace.
Yep. It's coming down again hard. It's been ebbing and flowing pretty often every 10 minutes.
We keep making fun of the people returning to the
Yeah,
stands.
they keep going back to their seats when it stops, and we're like, guys, 10 minutes later, it's going to rain again. This is how South Carolina works.
There are a couple troopers out here.
Yeah, they just don't care.
No.
Some of the kids are just running around.
That's where I would be.
Yeah, I just don't understand the parents that want
You
these
just
wet
gritty down
children
to
in
the
their car
dugout.
on the way home. Like, I feel like your car seats are going to suffer.
Well, that's the thing. They're wet anyway.
That's fair. They are children.
We also saw a dog.
We did see a dog.
But y'all don't care about that.
Nope.
We will be back when this game is back on, hopefully if it's back on.
Yep.
Sean's up.